Did you know that man is meant to work? I often talk with men about this false idea that work is a result of the curse found in Genesis chapter 3. That because of sin, man now has to work, and it's toilsome and laborious. Well, part of that is true, but some of it's not. Let's dig in. First, yes, work is hard. And because of sin and the curse in Genesis 3, work is much harder than it should have been. We see in verse 17 that God says to Adam, "Because you have listened to the voice of your wife and have eaten from the tree about which I commanded you, saying, 'You shall not eat from it,' cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you'll eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorns and thistles it shall grow for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your face you will eat bread till you return to the ground." So yeah, work is hard. Instead of creation working for us, it now pushes back against us. But work is good. We were designed even before the fall to work hard and to enjoy our work. Let's go back to the very beginning in Genesis chapter 1, at the point of creation where God creates man to be his image bearers. In verse 26, God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over the creatures that move along the ground." So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female, he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and over every living creature that moves on the ground." This creation passage helps us understand a few things about God and about us. Number one, we learn that God is the creator and owner of everything. With the whisper of his mouth, he made all the heavens and the earth. Everything we can see, touch, taste, and smell, the entirety of the complex cosmos that we can barely understand, came into being because God chose to speak. We must never forget that. Number two, we learn that God created mankind to be stewards of his creation. We see 3 times in this passage that we are created to rule over all creation, to fill the earth and subdue it. We are temporary managers of this earth, being tested for our faithfulness now, so that one day when Christ returns to establish his kingdom on earth and rule over it perfectly, he may know who he can trust to rule with him. And finally, number 3, we learn that we are made in God's image. Not only are we made to work, we actually reflect the glory of God through our ruling, subduing, and working hard in this time. When we work hard, we reflect the ethic of our Creator, which causes us to stand out to the world around us as hard workers, bringing glory to God. So today, this week, and for the rest of your lives, let's change our attitude towards work. And as Paul writes in Colossians 3:23, "Whatever you do, do your work heartily, as for the Lord rather than for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the reward of your inheritance. It is the Lord Christ whom you serve."